Google depends on ads, top competition. Arguments are concluded with a ruling in antitrust trial expected in months. Over the past week, Google has called more than a dozen witnesses to defend itself against claims by the U.S. Justice Department and a group of state attorney generals that it has a monopoly in advertising software that places the ads on web pages, part of a second major federal antitrust trial against the tech giant. Google's lawyers wrapped up their arguments in the case on Friday, after which the government offered a short rebuttal. Judge Lenny Brinkema of the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Virginia, which presiding over the non-jury trial, is expected to deliver a ruling in the coming months after both sides summarize their cases in writing and deliver closing arguments on November 25th. The government concluded its main arguments this month in the case U.S. et al. Versus Google, which was filed last year and accused Google of building a monopoly over the technology that places ads on websites around the internet. The company's defense had centered on how its actions were justified and how it helped publishers, advertisers, and competition. Here are Google's main argument. Its justification. The Justice Department and a group of states have accused the tech company of abusing control of its ad technology and violating antitrust law, in part through its 2008 acquisition of the advertising software company DoubleClick. Google has pushed up ad prices and harmed publishers by taking a big cut of each sale, the government argued. But Google's lawyers countered that the ad tech industry was intensely competitive. They also accused the Justice Department of ignoring rivals like Facebook, Microsoft, and Amazon to make its case sound more compelling. At the heart of the suit is the internet giant's suite of ad tools which websites around the world use to sell ads on their site. The technology conducts a split-second auction to place ads each time a user loads a page. Google's lawyers called experts to make the company's case. Paul, a Nobel Prize-winning professor of economics at Stanford, testified that Google's actions between 2013 and 2019 were not anti-competitive. Google's lawyers also called Judith, a Yale professor of economics, to contend that the company's pricing was justified. On its marketplace, where businesses buy ads, Google takes about 20% of transactions as a fee. Dr. C said that is only slightly more than a roughly 16% industry average, calculated by one of the Justice Department's expert witnesses said. Transparency claims. The company's lawyers argued that Google's products brought more transparency to buying and selling ads and made publishers more money. Nish, a former Google Ads engineering leader, testified that the company was not designing tools to dominate the industry, but was responding to dynamic competitors and catering to the desires of publishers. A large part of what Google does is facilitate matches between publishers and advertisers, Mr. K said. Google executives testified that the company had helped consumers and competitors by dedicating thousands of employees and many millions of dollars to fighting ad fraud and spam. Breaking up Google's ad unit, the company has argued, would weaken its ability to combat those who wanted to commit crimes. Pointing to choices, the company does not lock advertisers and publishers into an unfair system, its lawyer said. Google witness testified that the company offered a wide range of advertising tools from which its customers are able to pick and choose. Sarah, a Google employee who previously worked for the company as an ad manager, testified that advertisers could choose different products depending on their needs. Government lawyers have contended that Google is the central player in online display ads, the type of promotion that would be featured alongside an article on a news website.